What's up, everybody? Hanging out with Chris from EpicStyleLLC.
Yeah.
You got to have the letters on there.
Right.
Schaumburg, 2024. It's July, right?
It is. It's still July, but before we know it, it'll probably be September.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. So what are you doing here, man?
So I'm just hanging out, networking.
Yeah.
I feel that once you get to getting into these shows and you're trying to build your name, build your brand, you should have a couple shows that you go to.
They're fun, right?
To just hang out and network and talk. Because when I go to shows, usually I'm at my table. I do walk around, you see me, but I have my phone, my watch on me, so if the wife calls, I need to get back to the table to talk to somebody about something specific, or it's just busy over there and stuff.
Right.
And so this way you don't have that, like, that ball and chain, or that weight of like, oh, I'm away from my table, so I'm not making money, or I'm not making contacts. Yeah. And so it gives you like the freedom to wander and just conversate freely. I've gracious people have helped me out and like stop by a table when I need to go to the bathroom or I needed to do something, so I can return those favors and network and talk to different people, and hey, I can make a sell at somebody else's table. I mean, it's really it's fun doing that stuff too.
So give me some specific examples, because I experienced this in Denver. Denver was the first show I'd been to in a year and a half that I wasn't vending.
Okay. I was there, so I saw you there.
I was like, wait a minute. And I agree. I think you got to, now I'm a believer, you got to build in one or two like national caliber shows.
No, we're here, and then we're going to go to Daytona and hang out.
Yeah, but so I know that some people are like, what does networking mean? Does it just mean hanging out? So give me some specifics of like either things that you've accomplished or deals that happened or things that come from networking.
I'm right here with you. You do
That's true.
You
There you go.
do podcasts, you do live. I don't do any of that on my end.
Yeah.
I've looked into it a little bit because I'd love to do something Leachianis focused. There's not a lot of that stuff out there. The ball python people are really great about doing lives and getting stuff out there.
Right?
Crested people are pretty good on that end of it. But so this right here, this opportunity that I'm in front of this camera, being able to talk to you, and then your audience, Redline on, all that stuff, we're going to be able to see and take in this kind of stuff there. That's one of the chances that you kind of get. But then other opportunities that come from, you can go and talk to breeders of your species that that are working with the same projects with you, and you can spend a little more time in those areas, and you're not rushed on things. You're not rushed to get through an aisle to look at something. You can take a little bit more time on that part of it, and then you're not. It's just an easy, relaxed.
The focus is
because you don't want to say like I'm not here to make money when I'm vending. I treat it as it's a sponsorship. I'm advertising my business.
So marketing.
I'd like to get back to zero. But I think the biggest thing for me is I want those connections, those conversations to take place, so that I can get sales later, get people to reach out to me later on that part. And so with that being, I don't have to worry about. I'm here talking. Today I am wearing our shirt. Yesterday I wore a Holker's her reptile shirt, stuff there for that. And then, but it's just being available, and other people that see me can talk to me that can't usually maybe reach me at my table sometimes, and just being seen is important.
It's like mining opportunities. You don't know. You don't know what opportunity you're going to find. But if you're not out there looking for it, or presenting yourself as an opportunity for somebody else, or if it comes down to, hey, there's two lychee vendors, but that guy Chris, I got to meet him. I have a relationship. I'm going to support him. I don't care if it's $10 or $20 difference or $100 or whatever. You want to support the right person.
Definitely.
So I think all of those things are great. And I run into a lot of business stuff. The website with Husbandry Pro came from that.
First off, looks really good, really clean. I've gotten there a couple times and kind of scrolled through it and stuff. It's really good. I like what that looks like there over there.
That came from the Denver show. I had no idea that was going to happen.
That's cool.
That just came from a conversation, being open, hanging out with somebody. And that's where that came from. So I think people can present opportunities for themselves, leverage the power of relationships, all of that sort of thing through networking.
No, I completely agree. Like you gotta if you're one of those people don't want to go out of your way and make those conversations, just take those small steps to have that interaction a couple times with a couple different people, because it truly is fascinating, because you never know where it's going to go, and one person might see something and be like, oh, that's the perfect person I need to go talk to about this.
Yeah, they're going to know somebody that you know.
And it just how the world works and how life works, this community and all that stuff kind of go hand in hand. And like a small thing on community, I wasn't planning on being here until Saturday.
Okay, yeah.
My friend Troy over at Best Dressed, he had a prior engagement going on.
Yeah.
He needed a little help.
Right on.
I swung through. It was a 20-minute difference for me to go up through Iowa as going through Kansas City, St. Louis, and then up that way. I swung by, picked up his stuff Friday night. Yep. Brought it up, got it set up for him. So then when they got here Saturday morning, they didn't have to worry about all that hustle and bustle of getting the main parts set up and stuff. And it was fun. It was enjoyable. I was glad I was able to do that for somebody, because I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was coming to just vend the show. I would have had no room for that. But yeah, no, it's good to be walking around, networking, seeing different booths. There's a booth in there. What is it? It's something Van Gogh or something. It's a chameleon booth.
Oh yeah, I was filming in there yesterday. Matter of fact,
I'm gonna try to talk to Potter and see, like, hey, like these guys. I don't know if like these guys have something cool, something awesome, something special going on. Like, that's a good booth.
Yeah,
like,
people that haven't seen it, it's like a 10 by 10 tent, and you actually walk into it.
Yeah, they walk into it.
Enclosure that you
really great looking panther chameleons on both sides of it. Some other merch and different items there. Then they have a photo, like the digital photo frames and stuff going of pictures rolling through
from the outside. So even if you have to wait,
you can look from the outside. It's definitely
it's well thought out.
And that's another part. So you can walk around. You can kind of. You can look at other people's ideas and how do I twist this so I can do something maybe on my end. Right. How does somebody do this? How does somebody do that?
Yeah, like, steal this idea, improve it, implement it for yourself, make it your own.
No,
and get the inspiration that way too.
Definitely, it's huge, and I enjoy that part of it, and being able to just relax and take it easy going through the show. Like I only saw half the show yesterday. I was here all day. I only still have the show, so I'm not staying all day, because if I stayed all day, I probably should have just set up and been at the show.
That's right, yeah.
So I'm going to leave probably around that 1-ish, 2-ish time, so I get home at a decent time. But I got the other half to check out and talk to friends and make new friends and stuff like that, and that's where it's important. Just some random person can walk up to you in time and talk to you. Where if I'm at a table and it's busy, sometimes those people just walk right by.
Right.
And so it's good. It's a good. And
I like the strategy of having a couple of those a year.
I don't think of myself as someone like super big in the industry. I feel I'm middle road. Mm-hmm. My hair kind of sticks out, so people see me, people know me on that part of it.
Brand going there.
Right. Yeah. So it's cool when people come up and like, oh, I saw you on this video, or I see you at show. There was a guy yesterday. His name's Will with I think it's 217 Pythons, I think.
Okay.
I talked to him for maybe 15, 20 minutes yesterday, and it was just a really good conversation with him going on, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Well, where's the next stop on the road for you?
Next stop,
for show-wise?
Show-wise for us, I think our next stop is going to be, that I've booked, is September 7th and 8th, the All-American out in Denver, yes.
I'll be back there with Redline again. You're not coming up to Minneapolis in August?
I'm not doing the August show.
Okay.
I do see there, I looked the other day and there are some tables. It's a fluctuate. Summer shows, it's always a picky, choosy type thing.
And that's a haul from Kansas City.
It's not bad. I do love the Minnesota show, and so it's just trying to figure that one out. I know that I saw that the Nebraska show has a few tables open as well, but for us, like that September, that middle part of October it's Denver show, Bob's show in Atlanta. We're going to stay out in that area on the East Coast, because then the Charlotte show for the weekend, All-American Plant Reptile Expo is next week. Off a week, Minnesota, and then Tinley.
Yeah.
So
and I'll be at half of
I'll be looking like this.
Yeah, October's a four show, 4 week run for me as well. all over the place. So, well, Chris, it's always a pleasure.
No, always
Thank
a
you
pleasure
very
seeing.
much.
Saw your shirt walking around with a couple people. That's always cool when
It
you,
is cool,
you see
right?
that.
Yeah,
I didn't see you yet. I saw it was early in the day or whatever. A lady had on a Key shirt, and then he had your shirt on. I was like, I love both your shirts.
Yeah.
So it's always cool seeing other people support friends and stuff like
Definitely.
that. So
I'm grateful for that. That was a really cool thing.
want to safe travels home to you when you travel
Thank
back.
you.
And as always, good seeing you.
Yep, I'll see you on the road.
Yeah.
And thanks.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Definitely.
Right
See you next time.
Yep.